We start with good intentions, but maybe you've set a New Year's resolution and fell off the wagon before January was even over. Maybe you bought a course you didn't finish, or 10. Maybe you started routines that you just forgot to do one day and then never picked back up. It is very normal to know what you want to do or what you should do, but just not do it. And this can cause a lot of frustration, especially if you're going back and forth a lot. And I know that in the past, I've become really frustrated with seeing other people changing around me, but still feeling stuck and not knowing why other people seem to be thriving, or other people started something at the same time I did and they are doing well and I'm still stuck in the same place. And really, the trick to sustainable change is not just being better or more disciplined at like sticking to habits, but it's about becoming the version of you that can sustain it. So the hardest part isn't starting, it's becoming who you need to be to keep it going. And this is what a lot of people miss. It's mostly about the inner work, not actually the outer work. So the first big reason that people will stay stuck is that they have a limiting belief, or maybe a few. So a limiting belief is exactly what it sounds like. It's a belief that you have, usually subconscious, so you're not even fully aware that that's what you believe, but it's limiting you somehow. So this would look like people like me don't succeed. I am not good enough. I need to change to be more successful or to be lovable. I always fail. Money changes people. I don't have any self discipline. One limiting belief that I used to have was that I wouldn't be capable of handling more success. So, of course, if I had that belief, I would sabotage myself to keep myself only at a lower level of success in my business, because I didn't believe I'd be able to handle what came with more clients or more money or more visibility. So, this is why it is so important to be able to identify the limiting beliefs that are playing in the background and then rewrite those limiting beliefs into beliefs that are a lot more empowering, that are going to help you thrive and reach your goals. Reason number 2 is that your comfort zone feels safe. And this is what your nervous system wants. Your nervous system prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar uncertainty. And that's why it can feel like you hit a wall or a glass ceiling and things start to get really uncomfortable when you're stretching yourself too far outside of your comfort zone. And it can get really easy to convince yourself that something is wrong and you've maybe taken a wrong direction. So, this can look like procrastinating when things start working, stopping putting yourself out there when your visibility starts to increase. Maybe you have more followers now and you find yourself wanting to sort of shy away and not post as much. Or this can look like pulling back in relationships that are going really well. Your nervous system would rather keep things in your life predictable over you being fulfilled. So, how do you combat this? In my own life, I have used somatic work. So, that just basically means working with your physical body. So, like emotional freedom technique, for example, to help your body actually start feeling safe with these new experiences. A couple other somatic practices that I use are grounding. So putting your feet in literally in the ground, in the grass, and breath work. So you can do the 4-7-8 method, or diaphragmatic breathing, or different types of yogic breath work. Those all work to calm your nervous system and create more safety within your physical body. So you don't need more motivation, you need more safety. So the third big reason why people stay stuck even when they want to move forward is that their why just isn't emotionally strong enough. When you are creating any kind of change in your life, at some point, shit's going to hit the fan. At some point, there's going to be an obstacle, a challenge, some sort of struggle, and just make things more difficult. You might call it a test from the universe or just life lifing. But one way that you can get yourself through that without pulling back is having a very strong emotional connection to why you're creating that change in the first place. So this isn't going to look like I should do this. I should work out. I should eat right. I should make more money. It's going to be I want to. I deeply desire this. I desire freedom. I desire inner peace. I want to feel more self worth and feel proud of myself. I want to be able to provide for myself and my family. And I want to finally be able to trust myself. So when your why is shallow, discomfort is always going to win. So make sure that you are deeply connected to what is driving you to make these changes. Okay, and reason number 4 is that you're trying to change yourself through self rejection. You cannot hate yourself into changing. This is something that I used to do that I wasn't even aware that I was doing, but it looked like constantly trying to fix myself. I was always looking for a problem or a limiting belief or something that was wrong with me that I could work on. And that is not self love. That is not self improvement. That is self rejection. Other examples of this would be workouts that feel like punishment, harsh self talk or self criticism, perfectionism, and going down shame spirals. And I feel like people don't really talk about this. You can transform yourself without feeling like a project, without feeling like you're just one big problem to fix. And it's kind of funny how this works because when you drop all of that and you start to embrace just accepting yourself for where you're at and really truly feeling that you're enough right where you're at without changing at all, that's when things actually start to change. And that's when things start to manifest in your life pretty quickly. I know that if you've been trying to change things for a long time, years even, without really seeing a lot of results, or if you take one step forward and two steps back over and over again, it can feel really frustrating. And I've totally been there. But I want you to know that you are not broken and that all these patterns make sense. And once you start to have awareness around these patterns, that's when you can start to change them and then really see your inner and outer worlds begin to transform and actually stay that way. And you don't need to become this whole new person overnight. A good place to start is just aiming to become someone who can sit in discomfort, who can sit within uncertainty and be okay. And that can be hard, but it's possible. If you'd like to learn more about working with me privately, there is a link down in the description. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.